Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. This is the brother Yakanan from the GMS Houston camp. And it is a quick lesson. Hey, the past few days have been very beautiful. Prophecy, popping off the page. The scriptures coming to life, what the prophets have been saying, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and what's been written in the scriptures is coming to life. And, what I mean by that is, hey, the last few days you had, just the beginning of the year, I believe before the beginning of the year, Elon Musk ready for a mass rollout of Neuralink, ready to go public with it, in other words. The 6G rollout. The U.S. going to war with Venezuela, other countries, earthquakes popping off all around the world, which I have this pulled up. This is Matthew 24, and I'll start at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? Now, when you look at the word for world, that's aeon, meaning the period of time of age. Now, in the time that Yahushai and the disciples were around, the Roman Empire was in rulership, the fourth beast. Now, us, in these times, we're in the revived portion of the Roman Empire. So this is the second stretch of that Roman Empire. And it's only going to be for a short period of time. And this devil himself knows it, as I get to, the next precept, Lord willing. So this is the signs that Yahushai gave of his return. And you're seeing all these in these last days. You're seeing the signs that Yahushai is returning due to the chaos, the turbulent times, the state of the minds of the people, the love for one another waxing cold. Here I'll get, which, I'm paraphrasing, but it's all this is in this chapter. There's plenty of signs. So I'm going to jump down to verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So, hey, what's happening right now? Venezuela. Who knows, what's going to be the outcome of that? You came into a country, cut off their lights, kidnapped their leader. You go to war with different countries, and that's an ally to another superpower who you're supposedly allies with. So all these things is just everything that's happened. Like it says, rumors of war. You don't know what this is going to lead to. And that's very clearly a war, a one-sided war. But Babylon the Great has that power. Who can make war with the beast? It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these are the signs of the end. Signs of a, matter of fact, let me get that. Telos, okay, the termination, the end. But these are signs that Yahushua is coming, not the sign that it's the end is here, there's wars. No, these are signs. All these things have to ramp up and start happening at the same time. All out chaos. You have World War III, the MOTB, which that Neuralink being a mass rollout, that's a major, thing. As far as Revelation 13:16 goes, because that's going to try the whole world. This is it's going to be implemented to where if you don't have this, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. So, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. So what are you seeing that? Nations rising up against each other. Right now, the hot topic is Venezuela. Other things rising up. Next might be Iran. Which we know when the war comes to Iran in the Middle East and whatever, and that's going to be World War III. That's what we're looking for. All the troops being gathered into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. So it's very exciting. So, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, which those are going out. So from here, this is Revelation 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So, with all these things happening, and this devil, Esau Edom, which let me get that, I believe it's Diabolos, G1228. It says a false accuser, the devil, a slanderer. It says metaphorically applied to a man by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act a part of the devil or to side with him. So this is Esau Edom. He's that physical counterpart, of the spiritual demon Satan. He's acting the part of the devil, destroying the whole world, just going out causing chaos, taking out leaders, taking resources, just being a devil in the earth. And shoot, what was it? Some news just came out like about these different I don't remember, it was Uber Eats, DoorDash, I believe it was, that coming out that how they do their employees, how they have their pay scales and whatnot. Everything is a ripoff. Like with where you'll be doing DoorDash or whatever like that, and they'll pay, supposedly we're paying you a flat rate, but really you were living off the customers' tips, because the customers would tip you and they would take a portion of the tips and pay you what they were supposed to originally pay you, but take it out of your tips. Instead of you getting a flat rate and the tips, they would be taken out from your tips. So you'd be getting, this whole place is thievery, robbery. This whole place is a bunch of devils, and it has to go. But for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So he has a short time. Let's look at this word for time, or looking for short first. This is G3641, Holy Ghost. And it says a little, small, few number, it's a small amount of time. There's a little window. And compared to how he's been ruling, this is the 250-year anniversary of Babylon the Great this year, and that's about the time where civilizations start to collapse or already collapse. It's about that time. So the clock is ticking. You got a short period of time. This devil wants to rule forever, and this devil also knows the scriptures. He knows what's getting ready to take place, because he knows he has a short time. Otherwise, if he didn't know the scriptures, how would he know that he had a short time? No, he's doing all this wickedness in the earth. He only has so much time that he believes he has, to try to get his NWO, to try to get his chip in you, to try to transcend into a god. He has a very short period of time. So this is G2540, Kairos. And it says a measure of time, a larger or smaller portion of time, hence a fixed and definite time. The time when things are brought to crisis, the decisive epoch waited for. So this is the time, he's in a crisis right now. And it has a fixed, definitive time. Matter of fact, that's another scripture. Let me see if I can remember that. This is Job 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So he's got a set period of time. You set boundaries. That set period of time. He can't go past that period of time that he's going to rule. As much as he's going to try to, as he's going to try his hardest, he's not going to, pull out all the stops. He's coming down with great wrath. He's going to try whatever he can do. Get rid of all the Israelites. Get rid of the elect. Get rid of everybody. I'm going to just kill everybody. Nobody can rule. Nobody can have the earth. If I can't have it, this nigga going to throw a tantrum. It's all going to backfire on him. And I took that portion of, let me see here, where it says time, it says a fixed and definitive time, the time when things are brought to crisis. And just to see what that says, because, somewhat of phrasing, you kind of think about it, it's like, what does that mean? But it says, this is the AI overview. It says the time when things are brought to a crisis is a critical turning point or unstable period marked by intense difficulty, danger, or the failure of normal coping mechanisms, demanding urgent decisions and decisive change, often characterized by shock, heightened anxiety, and narrowed focus on immediate survival or problem solving. So he's in this stage. That's why you're seeing things moving quicker. You got the 6G rollout. We got to hurry up and get the 6G rollout. We got to hurry up, get this these Neuralinks rolled out. We got to hurry this up. We got to speed it along. He's in crisis mode. And it's a very unstable period. There's unstable leaders, like it says in 2nd Esdras. I believe it's the 15th chapter, where it goes into the leadership. Unstable leaders, confused rulers. The nations rising up against each other. You have all kinds of, these are very chaotic times. Like it also says in 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, from the top. These are perilous times. These are very dangerous. It even goes in further when it goes into the characteristics of what the spirit is going to be like. People are going to be narcissists, lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters. Slack. But these are very unstable times, like it's going into. It says characteristics of a crisis point: instability and urgency, an unstable situation where a decisive change is imminent. So they're getting ready to switch on that 6G. They're going to make huge changes to where it's going to change your life. Life as you know it, being able to walk around freely, being able to, get on the internet, being able to, just be free. How you've been used to the life you've been living, doing whatever you want to do, that's all going to go out the window. You're going to get in line with the MOTB, with the beast system, or you're going to be ostracized. Failure of coping. Usual ways of handling problems no longer work, leading to increased anxiety. So the way he used to handle things, how it was before the internet, you could just keep people in the dark. The regular way of just putting out misinformation. How he used to do things. Just the regular, oh, that's not real. Whatever. How this devil used to handle things, that is no longer going to work. The truth is gone out. This devil has been exposed for who he is. He is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He is at the end of his tenure. He's at the end of his ropes. This is the end for him. Yahushua is coming, and he's going to put an end to this madness. It says narrowed focus, attention shrinks to the immediate problem, the Israelites. Speaking specifically, the elect, those that are prophesying the destruction of this place. You're the problem. So we got to get rid of all you with altered perceptions and priorities. The devil's going to be all over the place. He's not going to be able to focus on anything. He's through. Emotional overwhelm, intense emotions like shock, fear, and helplessness can occur, triggering fight or flight. So it's also Second Ezra 15 and 16. Going into how these people are the burning wrath of a great multitude kindled over you. Going into, they're not gonna how do you say it? Let me just get it. Where is it? Second Ezra chapter 15 and 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Slack you. And you get some garlic and some ginger, but it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Slack you. But again, the tribulation, the trials, the different stress that the whole world is going to be going through. And it's going to trigger fight or flight. You're either going to run away or you're going to fight. And when you in that mode, you're not thinking, rationally. When your fight or flight senses are triggered, you're not thinking rationally like, oh, what should I, if you ever play video games, RPGs, whatnot, especially like the modern ones, you got dialogue options where you can, pick what you think or whatever like that. And you got a minute to kind of think about it. Like, oh, what would this, what would I do in this situation? No, it's going to be that all that stuff is out the window. Straight up survival senses. So it's really over. So this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So this is why this is happening. How Esau's ruled the world. How you've ruled the world. And you've dealt unrighteously. You've injured the Israelites. You hurt. You killed. You destroyed mentally, physically the apple of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's eye, which are the Israelites. And you've got all your riches have been by deceit. This Venezuela thing, that's all by deceit. You're telling the people, oh, they're narco-terrorists, they're this and that, whatever, when you're the biggest narco-terrorist. You're the biggest one. You're saying that, oh, Venezuela stole our oil, when you're the one that's going in and stealing their oil. You're going in stealing resources under a false pretense, under a false, like I said. And because of these, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So now, because of how you rule the earth, Esau, Edom, the basis of all men, the kingdom will be translated to the Israelites. And I was going to, you know what? I'll keep reading. This is Job chapter 20, and I'll start at verse 18 and then kind of jump around. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So everything all the riches that you got by deceit, you're going to restore it. You're going to bring back everything. You're going to get your ass to fucking work. Because you're going to be you elites of Esau, Edom that are going to be hiding out in the bunkers, hiding out in the dumbs, hiding out wherever you're going to be at. Are going to be that first batch of slaves in the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be here on the earth. which is going to be ruled over by Yahushai and the 144,000, which are all the tribes of Israel. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. So this is him. A Wisdom of Solomon, I believe the second chapter. Let our strength, let our might be the law, roughly paraphrasing. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. So you're going to be distressed. You're going to be in a crisis. You're going to be anxious. You're going to be having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. You're going to be in distress. Let me jump down. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that word for wicked here, I believe that's Imal 86001. And it says laborer, sufferer, all those that worked for you, that you put through all this misery. And the entire world, to the point the entire world is going to shoot missiles on you. Every nation that has nuclear capabilities and nuclear arms, they're going to bring them to you. They're going to say, hey, here's a delivery for you. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain upon him while he is eating. So that destruction coming. You got a short time, and you think you're going to fulfill it, but you are not going to fulfill it. The days are going to be cut short. He shall flee from the iron weapon. Like, hey, you cooking? You prepared this whole meal. You got this whole thing going. You prepared it. You got all the garnish, all the seasoning on it, everything ready to go. You about to cut into it. You about to put it in your mouth. You about to chew on it. And it's gonna be cut short. You're not gonna enjoy it. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So that bow of steel, the ICBMs, nuclear weapons, they're gonna destroy him. So I forgot. I thought I had another precept, but it's slipping my mind right now. But either way, Lord willing, the point has been made, and Lord willing, this has been edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Shalom.